Good friends, I'm back to start another vlog. We are heading into Thanksgiving weekend where hopefully I will have a lot of listening. They did also drop the latest Goodreads Choice Award options, so I'm just gonna have a bunch in this vlog that is the finalist. So I'm gonna start tomorrow. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I will attach a photo of that book here. Hope to have a better time. I've really been struggling with listening, so I hope that if I listen to this slowly, I will enjoy it. I may not get a ton of listening done tomorrow because it is the day before a break and we normally have stuff we're doing, but I do want to start it, so I'm going to put this here. And yeah, I hope to get a lot of listening done this weekend, but it is also Stranger Things weekend, but that is another vlog you will see simultaneously. So let me go start that, and I will come back tomorrow and we will update you on how much progress I made on Great Big Beautiful Life, and we'll chat then. Bye, book friends. Hi, book chickens. I just want to do a bit of an update for my Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I did wind up listening to this a little bit yesterday, but a lot today as I was diamond painting after I finished watching Stranger Things. That will be in another vlog. I'll talk about that there. But I am liking this book. I do like Emily Henry. She's like a very unique writer. The story follows two writers as they're kind of competing to tell this Hollywood legend story, and they're kind of both taking time with her to kind of hear her story, and she eventually is going to pick one writer to tell her story, and they're kind of butting heads as that, and we're getting to know them. But I am liking this one. I have liked Emily Henry in the past. Haven't read all her books, but I do like this one, so I will give you an update the next time I listen, and maybe I'll read about maybe I'll try to get to like 50% of that book. But I am enjoying it, and it's a nice book when I diamond paint, so I'll be back when I have an update for you. I just wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to chapter 15 in Great Big Beautiful Life. This story is a mix between like Evelyn Hugo and a bantery romance. Like, I do like the romance. I think that it's a very, very split story. So basically you have like an elderly main character telling these two characters her life story, and she's telling them different pieces of information, but you're not getting the point of view from the male's point of view. You're only getting it from the girl's point of view, which I sometimes struggle with, because then it sometimes makes me feel that I'm not as connected to that character, like the male character or the female character, whoever's point of view you don't get. I am enjoying it. I am a little bit like, we are so far removed from the female character telling the story. I like feel a little bit disconnected from the story, but it's a fun read. It's a very, very passive listen, so I am enjoying it, and I have liked Emily Henry in the past. It's an interesting concept too. Like, it's a very, very interesting concept. I'm curious how the romance is going to develop because it is rather unique. So I'm going to go, the next time I check in, I will have done a little bit more diamond painting. I will have done another color or two. So when I have done that and I've listened, I will give you guys an update and a time check. Right now it's 2:54, so I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, bye, friends. Hey friends, I just want to do a quick update. I have about an hour and 15 minutes left of Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, and I am enjoying this book. I do think it definitely has a literary fiction or women's fiction vibe to it. It is a romance. It does have a romantic plot line, but the whole other plot line about these characters kind of uncovering these women's lives and her kind of telling you their story is a big part of this story. And I do feel like even though there is a romance, I almost think the romance is a secondary source of the story. There is like a little bit of like conflict between them because they're both trying to get this story, which is where like the dynamic comes from. I do like the setting. I just think that like if you're a pure romance reader, this may disappoint you a little bit, but I am really enjoying it. So the next update you guys should see should be either I have like 30 minutes left or I'm done. I just have not been listening to a lot of stuff today because I've been doing other things. I had to go Christmas shopping, but I'll be back when I have an update for you, maybe one more, and then we're gonna move on to the other book, one that I'm most nervous about, but we'll get to that when we get to it. All right, bye friends. Hi dragons, I am back. So I did kind of finishing A Great Big Beautiful Life. I did not think it was gonna end this way. I adored this book. I think this is a book that has so many moving elements to it that it's really a book I'm gonna have to reread, because I really was like very like hesitant going into it, but I think the reason I liked it, it was like a true genre blend. It had so many genres represented. It had romance, it had self-discovery, it had like a true sort of like a true crime Hollywood starlet memoir tale, basically like Evelyn Hugo meets A Hate to More Romance. That's really what it read by. And I think that even though we didn't get the male point of view, I think it makes a lot more sense why now that I've finished the book. I love this book. This book was so unique, so different. I could definitely see why it got in the Goodreads Choice Awards. I could also see people making an argument that this book is more lit fic because it has a lot of different elements. The romance does exist, but it's definitely a smaller part of the story until the very, very end. The end is very much like quick, but I loved it. I actually did so much of it, I changed my vote. So I guess I really need to get better at reading these books earlier because it really might change my like impression. I'm really motivated to read the other romance books that I had no intention of reading, like The Golden Summer, Rewind It Back by Liz Townford. Those are books that like I would like to read. I just don't know if it's going to happen yet. So today was more of my errand day. Tomorrow it's going to be so cold, so I really don't want to leave my house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually listen to Say You'll Remember Me. That will be probably the last book in this vlog. But I just wanted to say that I love that book. It was so, 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 so good. It's definitely a book I'm going to have to reread. So yeah, I am going to go start that book. When I read about maybe like an hour or 2 hours of it, I'll give you guys an update. Bye, bye, friends. Hey book check-ins, I just want to do a bit of an update. I did wind up listening to about 5 chapters of Say You'll Remember Me. I will warn you, there is a very, very big Alzheimer's plotline in the storyline. Basically, you follow 2 characters. One character is a vet, and one character is like a social, not like, she's just like marketing. And she finds this cat, she brings it to this vet that does not have the best prognosis. The vet is like, basically, you should euthanize it because it's going to have a very, very, long trajectory. You're not going to be able to save the money. The girl's like, game on, I'm going to save the money for this kitty cat. And then she does. And then they kind of like wind up going out on a date together. And that's all that I've read so far. But it's very, very cute. I really do like Abby Jimenez's writing style. I probably always will. So I'm going to listen to a little bit more of that, but I am about 5 chapters into that book, and I like her writing. It's very, very fun and very, very witty. So I'll be back when I have another update, maybe when I read the next like 5 chapters or 10 chapters. One more note, I am listening on Audible, and they don't give you percents, and it's very, very hard to identify how far you are into a book, so I'm just kind of going by how much I listen to in a session, and it's just hard because they don't give you like percentages, which really Audible you should get on, but everyone has complained about this and hasn't done anything, so yeah, that's why I can't really give you a percent, and I don't have a physical copy of this book yet, so apologize. Hi book dragons, I just want to do a quick update. I did not get a lot of listening done today, like at all. I think I maybe listened to 10 minutes of my audiobook. Monday's just sometimes a day where I get a lot done. Today we also had like the superintendent was in the building, we had our meeting. This week is the week that I have to like do my show, like do all the planning for it. And I'm a bit nervous about it, to be very honest. We've never really done anything like this before, and I'm just a little bit nervous that it's not gonna work or go the way that I want it to. So I'm just like, I'm very much like a visual learner, and like having these shows being done like so like disconnected from each other just seems a little bit chaotic to my brain. So I'm hopeful that, sorry, I'm playing with something, that like by tomorrow I can like at least see what the show is looking like, but right now I really have no idea, and that's a little bit concerning. But I didn't really get a lot more. I did get to a pretty big plot point where our 2 characters are now separated, and I do want to keep reading. I am liking it. It does have a very, very big Alzheimer's element to this story, and if you're not in the mood for that, I think it may turn you off. I am liking it. I think the romance is interesting. The characters, there's a lot of side characters, and I really do like Abby Jimenez, so I am going to keep reading that. But I did want to say I didn't want to be reading a ton today, and that was mostly because of that. So I'm going to go back to my next vlog where I could update you on my physical read, and then we'll chat some more. Bye, bye, friends. Friends, I just want to do an update. I read about maybe like 2 chapters of my book, Say You'll Remember Me. I am liking this. It is very, very hard like to read sometimes. It does deal with a lot of depression, like not depression, Alzheimer talk. So it is like a very like hard read that it's very much embedded in the story, and it is hard to read. But I do like Abby Jimenez's writing, so I will keep reading it, but it does deal with harder topics. And the romance is like a secondary, it's not a secondary plot line, but the romance hasn't really become imperative to the story yet. Like they just are now back together after being separated. So I am enjoying it. I got like no listening time done today, like no hours, which is okay. But I had no listening time just because it was busy. But hopefully tomorrow I will have gotten a little bit more listening in. we don't have rehearsal for my show tomorrow. It's just like lessons that I actually am having quite a fun time teach, and I have to eventually show the kids their project that they're going to work on for the next 2 weeks. So, but yeah, I'll be back when I have an update. And hopefully I can wrap up this vlog by the end of the weekend. I did start Bookmas a little bit early because I have the footage, but I want to at least be a couple of videos ahead. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow when I have an update for you. Bye, book friends. Dragons, I am back. I did wind up making some progress on Say You'll Remember Me. This book is very, very sad. Like, it is a very, very sad book, a very, very hard-hitting book. And it's like very sad. I think that it is like supposed to strike a balance between this character falling in love with someone she really likes and the demise of her mother, because her mother is dealing with Alzheimer's. And it is really like a very, very heavy book. It's just, I like Abby Jimenez because she does do that very, very well. But this topic is just so draining to read about, so I'm not really loving it. I do like elements of the story, but it's not going to be my favorite. This will probably be my least favorite. Not because I don't like the conversations. I'll probably give it a 4-star, to be very honest. It's just very, like, emotional to read, and it feels a little bit, like, heavy. And I really am, I feel bad saying it, but it's not my favorite book because of that. Like, I kind of read romance as just, like, a way to have a balance, and this just feels overly focused on that, but I do know that that is someone's life. Someone is living that life, so I do want to say that, like, it's not a bad book. It's just not what I'm looking for in my romances typically, but I am in, like, it's a very, very well-written book. The characters are intriguing. It's just very, very heavy to read about. So about an hour left of that, maybe an hour and a half. I'll probably make some progress on that this week, and I'll probably finish it, but it's just not, like, going to be a new favorite. I really hope I finish this book first, but this isn't a different vlog, because I am really, really liking this one. So we're going to go chat about, I'm going to go chat about doing that vlog, but just know it's a heavy book. It's heavy. So going with that. Book Dragons, I just want to say I did wind up finishing Say You'll Remember Me, and this was a heartbreaking novel. It was heartbreaking. It definitely had elements that I liked, but it was just so sad, so depressing. And again, it does deal with the main character's mother does have dementia, so there is a very, very big plot line in the story, and it was very, very sad. I think it might have been too sad for me to read, but I did like the elements. Abby Jimenez writes friend groups really, really well. Abby Jimenez writes family dynamics super well. She did deal with, like, a super hard topic, but it was very, very hard to read about. So, but I did end up finishing it. I gave it 4 stars. And actually, now that I'm speaking to you, the Goodreads Choice Award was announced, and Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry was the winner, which that's the one I voted for. I read it in this vlog, and this was the second best, or this was the second runner-up, which I thought is very, very realistic. This book definitely had more women fiction elements to the story, and I feel like that is why people maybe didn't like it as much. So yeah, I enjoyed it, just wasn't a new favorite. So I'm gonna go start my next vlog for you all, but this will be book, like, the next 2 videos you see will be 2 vlogs for Bookmas, and then I'm gonna start filming some more end of the year content. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you read Great Big Beautiful Life, and if you read this book, which book was your favorite. I would love to know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends.